Alright guys, Hayzink here, welcome back to the channel for another Street Fighter Duel video. I really don't want to be one of these guys that just keeps pumping out videos on AKUMA for the sake of pumping out videos on AKUMA. But I need to address this misinformation that's being spread around about AKUMA and AKUMA's banner, right? So far I've seen a lot of videos that are speculating, and to be honest, people are saying that they're speculating. Like, I've not really seen anyone say that this is confirmed or that's confirmed. I honestly couldn't say that there's a single person that said that. However, there is obviously people who are seeing different things and taking different things from like the messaging that's been put out from the Discord server around about the game, okay? Now again, I'm just going to really quickly reference back to what I made my video on, and I made my video based on the actual announcement, right? And the announcement, if we read it here, brought it back up, it just says, "Thank you for your continued support of the game, blah blah blah." We'll go to the important bit. Regarding the upcoming AKUMA event, AKUMA's character release may be time limited, but AKUMA and his special summon will stay in the game for good. We will adjust some text to make this fact clearer in game. So I made my video based on the fact that that's what it says, right? So if you read that again, it says AKUMA and his special summon will remain in the game, which really does make it sound like AKUMA will be tied to this specific banner type, okay? So when it comes to talking about AKUMA as a limited unit, it sounds as though he would be a banner limited unit, rather than limited in the sense of Ken being one and done, right? So now that we've cleared that up, that is what I meant in my video, right? However, people have obviously offered their own opinion on what they think might be the structure that we're going to use for AKUMA, which I love. Speculation, I absolutely love it. I love it when people guess, essentially, because to me, guessing games are fun, right? But again, I don't think I've heard a single person actually saying this is what will happen, right? So when I get tagged on the Discord asking me to basically, I guess the best way to describe this is call stuff out, like this message here: "You should cover the recent news on gems being capped. It seems like it's been overlooked by other content creators, but I trust you to call out the BS." Right, if something's bad, as much as people call me negative at times, I will say it's bad, right? I will. But I need to be clear here. There is no news to say that that's going to happen, right? The video that this references, I'm almost 100% sure that when it's been spoken about, it's positioned as this is what I think will happen, or what I think may happen, which is vastly different from saying this is what's going to happen, right? Now, when someone does preface what they're saying with the fact that they are speculating, they are giving you their hopes for something, it shouldn't be taken as news. It shouldn't be ran with by the community. Like, I get it, right? Because unfortunately people skim, right? People do skim videos, and it's entirely possible that this member has picked up on what was being said, but maybe didn't pick up on the part before it where they were talking about how it's speculation and all the rest of it. So when it comes to asking if I'll call out this BS, basically, I can't, because like it's not news yet, right? It's not official. It's not something that we can take to the bank. And do you know what I'll say as well? And again, this is not me really throwing shade at anybody communicating from Crunchyroll or anything like that. But let's be real. Last event, there was a notice put up to say you will receive all rewards after you kill the dragon. I didn't believe that news. If you watch the video, you'll see I did not believe that. I thought, you know what, I don't believe it. And I was right not to believe it. But what they communicated was wrong, right? So personally, I know this will sound awful, even if I got word from someone at Crunchyroll that said to me, "Hayzink, this is what's going to happen," I think I would still personally wait and see, because, you know, it's happened before. They've told us something and it just doesn't play out the way that we've been told. But if you want me to talk on speculative terms, if this is what's going to happen, then honestly, can I be completely honest? I'm surprised at that in itself, because genuinely, deep down, I didn't think you would get anything. That's my honest opinion. I mean, if people want me to call it BS, do I think it's BS that every single time so far we've had a new unit coming up that's desirable? So say Monster Hunter Ken, say Akuma, they've introduced a new currency that locked you out from using your pre-existing currency. I think that is BS. Like, I can flat out say I think that's BS. Do I think it's BS that they are capping the amount of gems that you are allowed to convert to this new currency? Yes and no. Yes, I think it's BS because the currency exists in the first place, so in that mould, yes, I think it's BS. But the fact that they're letting you do it at all, I suppose I can see as a positive, because personally I don't understand why they're going to introduce a new currency and then let you use your old currency to convert to that currency anyway. It just seems absolutely redundant to me. But yeah, I think it's BS, but I can only really call out the what if that makes sense. I can't call it out for happening because it's not happening. We don't know. It might not, right? But in a what if scenario, if this is how it's going to play out, then yes, it's not great, but obviously it's better than the situation we can. So is that just a case of I've now been conditioned to accept mediocrity because this is better than the last event and the last event was terrible, so this event will be slightly less terrible, meaning that overall it's a net gain? That to me sounds a lot like settling, you know. But what I can say most definitely is there is no news, right? So to cover like the exact word in here, and Neofire, I'm not singling you out, mate. I don't mean, obviously I'm showing your post, so it's going to be on screen. This is no shade against you, but until it's official, we can't really classify it as news. It's still rumour, right? Unfortunately, it is still rumour. Until we know, it is still rumour, right? And the fact is, even if you get inside information from someone, you can't even necessarily bank on it, because like I say, all we need to do is look back at the last event. Literally, look at the last event. The last event, we were told we would get this, didn't play out that way, right? Also, no shade being thrown at Dino here. If he sees this, he can come and speak to me, because this isn't really me having a go or anything. But Dino said himself that he quite often doesn't get the information that he needs to get from the developers, or sometimes he's got to kind of use certain assumptions and stuff like that. So if there is certain bits and pieces that maybe has been said, I don't know, how do we even know it's something that we can rely on, you know? So I really do think that right now the best approach, unfortunately, is wait and see. We are going to get 5 summons for free, obviously. I still think using a bit of common sense, to me it seems like if they're going to give you 5 summons for pre-logging in, so pre-login before the event, you're going to get 5 summons. Obviously, it blows my mind to think that we would possibly have missions that don't give us extra summons, right? So I think even as free-to-play players who don't want to buy a single ticket, or even if there is some sort of exchange, who like don't want to use it basically, I still feel like most people are definitely going to have some avenue to get a copy of Akuma. To be honest, with the way that the summoning system is in this game, they really like to bait you. They really like to let you feel like you're not that far away from getting something. So I feel like it will probably be part of the strategy here to allow free-to-play players to earn a copy. Maybe not directly through missions, but probably getting enough summons to, you know what I mean, get one through summoning. Because again, if you get that itch, you know, when you're pulling, when you're summoning for a unit, if you get the itch of, yes, I've hit that, all I need to do is just do a couple more and I might get another one, you know. It's that kind of thing, and I feel like that will happen, right? But again, speculation, I don't know. No one knows. No one knows. You can't, this game hasn't been, well, It might have been data mined actually, right? But nobody's releasing the information on that yet. But you can't look at other versions, you can't look at how it worked in Taiwan, you can't look at how it worked in China and say this is what's going to happen, because we don't know, right? So realistically right now, saying this event is going to be a positive, a negative, it's pure speculation. It is absolutely pure speculation. For my part, I'll be honest, when I'm speculating, I am speculating a little bit more on the pessimistic side of things, 100%. There's two reasons for that, right? There is two reasons for that, and I'll be honest, it's not because I'm a negative person. It's one, based on what we've had so far, it's really hard for me to speculate in the positive. And again, the reason for that is you judge companies, people, develop everything, you judge them by their previous actions to a certain degree. If everything they've done up to this point has been more about money and less about pleasing the consumer, why would I gravitate towards the positive of, yep, they'll let us do this, they'll let us do that so that we can all get copies? That doesn't make sense based on what we've seen so far. Secondly, I am also the kind of person who, I guess this is probably as a result of depression and anxiety over the years, if you think something is, well, the actual term I used to use is if you think the worst, you can only be pleasantly surprised when the good stuff comes, but that's not a good way to live your life, right? But with this game, it seems to definitely be the case, you know? You're better off thinking about it in the more extreme poor terms, and then that way, if things turn out to be fantastic and we all get a triple S copy of AKUMA free, then you're going to be absolutely blown away and happy with the outcome. But again, I just wanted to really take the time to address the rumours. I don't feel like any content creator has caused these rumours, so to speak, because again, it's just people sharing their opinions about what they think might happen, you know, like what they expect to happen. But all of these things are opinion, and I feel like all of them, everyone has been fairly clear in saying that this is what I think will happen. So if people are taking that as fact, I don't really think that's on the content creator, but at the same time, people need to realise that until there is official confirmation from someone like Crunchyroll, A+, whatever, then everything you see up to this point, including anything I've said in this video, is speculation, and you should stop pinning your hopes on it, and you should stop setting fire to the game based on it, because we do not know. You may agree with me and think, who knows how this is going to play out, or you may agree with others that say, fantastic, free to play will be looked after. We just don't know. We really just don't know, right? But anyway guys, that's it from me. Just, all I say is temper your expectations, right? Don't expect too much, because you're surely going to be let down if you expect too much. But what I would say is, my minimum level of expectation is it's definitely going to be more free-to-play friendly than the Monster Hunter Ken event. We know that already just from the login. We know it's going to be more free-to-play friendly. So let's wait, see how it plays out. Again, don't run with rumour or speculation as fact, because again, there's a reason that these guys are saying that this is their opinion. It's not facts, right? So just be really careful with that, because again, it's just going to mean that in 3 or 4 days time when this event launches, if certain things don't happen the way that they've been speculated, people are going to be like, Jesus Christ, this isn't what we were promised. Yeah, but nobody was ever promised it though. Again, when someone says it's speculation, that just means that I'm guessing here, you know? Anyway guys, I've been Hayzink, thanks for watching, and yeah, next one, I'll see you, peace.